Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. What's good? Here we are again, me explaining myself. It's been a very long time. Last time you saw me and we talked was my birthday, and I was supposed to be keeping you guys updated, but honestly after that life just went downhill. The month of July was not a good month for me, but we'll get to that in another video on another note, I guess. But anyway, today I'm doing a mukbang. Ordered some Domino's, got me some pasta and some pizza. Today's video may be featuring Harmony. She is in the back doing whatever she does. But yes, this is a mukbang double as a story time, and you kind of get two story times in one. So let me open my stuff and we'll get started. So basically, if you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about, this is a very touchy subject because every time it comes back up, my mother gets mad all over again. So hopefully she's going to see this video eventually, but hopefully she don't see it no time soon for when I post it. But anyways, as you can see from the title, this is going to be a story time about the time I told about 1,500 people or more that she beat me. And yeah, we just going to start like that. Okay, so how this story really starts is, I think it was the summer and school was about to start and I was about to be a junior. So there's this teacher that was at my high school, pretty much everybody's favorite teacher. His name, we're gonna name him, I don't know, what should we name him? Mr. K. We're gonna name him Mr. K. So Mr. K, he was like my favorite teacher, and how he got my mama number, I don't know. I don't remember. But that summer, basically school was about to start, so we get in the groove. I come home one day, I think from like dance practice or whatever, and she was like, actually she pulled me and my sister to the side. She was like, hey y'all, Mr. K wants y'all to give a speech at school. And I'm like, what? A speech? And she was like, yeah, in front of the whole school. And she was telling me what it was about or whatever, and it was about leaving. Actually school might have already started, because yeah, that would just be so sudden. Or it was about to, maybe the first day, I don't know. But the speech was about leaving your legacy. So I'm like, what the heck am I about to talk about? And why he want me to talk? Like, who am I? Okay, like, I mean, you know, like out of all these people, you're gonna ask me. And he also asked my sister, but it's not about her. So, but anyways, so I'm trying to figure out like what I should write, what I should say. My mama trying to give me ideas, and I went to school. Yeah, school was started. I went to school the next day, cause he was pulling us out of lunch and during our lunch periods, cause it was more than me. He like got a bunch of us. He asked old people to come back and everything. So I went in his room during lunch and we like went over what we was gonna talk about, cause he's trying to get us prepared. And I ain't have nothing prepared. What I was just saying when I went in there was garbage, straight garbage. So he was talking to me and he was just telling me, like, he didn't say how bad it was. He was just telling me like to go another angle, but really not telling me. So I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like, why me? I cannot figure this out. So I went home, talked to my mom again. I got a little bit of inspiration. So I got to writing and I had to leave during the middle of my speech for dance practice again. But I came back and I finished writing. Now, I wish this worked for me when I think I just spit. I wish this worked for me when I took tests and whatnot, but it didn't. But literally, everything I wrote on this paper the night before, I remembered it all word for word, and I added a little bit extra. But anyway, I wrote down what I was going to say. Remember, the speech was about leaving a legacy. It's my mouth. What is wrong with me? Anyway, the speech was about leaving a legacy. So I went in there on my lunch period the day of, which was the next day, to go over it so he could help me tweak it before we went on. Boy, I killed it. They was shocked because the day before I said I was spewing straight garbage. So we all nervous as heck, man. I'm like, cause I'm the type of person, like, in church, they'll give me solos and stuff. Like, I could dance my butt off. The dance solos I kill. When I sing or when I talk, I'll get nervous. Especially when I sing, I will cry. Because I was that nervous. And I'm like, I can't go out like I can't go all sad. I can't go out like no punk. So, girl, get it together. So, he had a lineup. And it had everybody's names in what order we was going to go. So, I think I was supposed to go like 4th. Well, apparently I did so good in the preview where he was trying to help us tweak it that this man done moved me up. So I think I went from like 4th to 2nd, or maybe even 1st, because he had two previous students come back. So they didn't go there no more about it. Everybody who went there that was actually still in the school, I believe I was the first one. Don't know. Wish somebody would recorded me, but nobody had it. Not the yearbook committee, no, nobody. But anyways, so this is how it becomes 2 stories in one. So in the title, it says how I told 1,500 people my mama beat me. Okay? So to me, this is like 2 separate stories. So I got on stage, and I don't even remember how I started. I got it written in a notebook somewhere, but I cannot find it. But I just got on stage, and I wasn't nervous because the light was so bright, like a spotlight was beaming on me. Pretend this ring like my spotlight was like beaming on me. So like I couldn't really see nobody except for like the first 2 rows. And I couldn't see nobody but like the first 2-3 rows. So I remember I walked in. I was like, hey y'all. And they was like, hey. And I said, hey y'all. Like, I literally wrote this down in the book. Like, I'm so corny. But they energy got up a little bit. So I believe I introduced myself and whatnot. And I basically, how my speech went was, I was like, I'm going to tell y'all a story about how one day me and my sister decided to be average. And how this could have left me a bad legacy and how I want to leave my legacy. So I said, one day, this is how the story number 2 come in, okay? Because I'm telling the story of how I got beat down, and this is the story of the speech. So I said, one day, we just decided to be smart, or be average, or at least we thought we was being smart. And I was like, we decided to sneak out the house. Okay? Like, I was like, we decided to sneak out the house. So, I'm like, we did the thing up, like, and we got out the house. I think we went to our basketball friend's house. And then we left from there. So, we went to the party and everything. Lit, okay? Good night. Great night. We got pictures. We being stupid. We taking pictures and everything. We didn't post them, but still. Like, one of our friends posted them. So, basically that night, then it was just a bunch of chaos or whatever. But at the end of the day, we made it home safe and whatnot. So, we got home safe, whatever, blah, 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 shooken up about the situation was going on. Nevertheless, a month or so had went past, okay? We did not get caught. We didn't get caught. Like, it was never thought of, like nothing. So, I was like, I was at dance practice, and there's so many stories in one. But me and my sister was at dance practice. We was on the dance team at school, and we didn't know at the time. We kept getting a bunch of calls from my mama. We didn't have our phone at the time, so we didn't know we was getting calls because it was like a very serious practice, so we couldn't be on our phones. So our coach's phone was plugged up to the speaker, and it goes over the ringer goes over the whole studio. So one of my dance mates answered it, and they was like, "Hey, Bree." And we thinking, Mama, like, why is she calling? And she asked to talk to my coach, and my coach was on the phone, and she told my coach to tell us that we needed to come home now, okay? So me and Debbie, we scared. Like, we thinking, who died? Because we thinking somebody died, like, because ain't nothing happened to us. A whole month later, we ain't thinking about the whole sneaking out situation. And we get home, and my mama was like, it was very awkward. She was like, sit down. So we were like, okay. And she was like, I'm finna ask y'all something, but y'all better not lie to me. And we was like, okay. So she was like, did y'all sneak out to a party? And we was like, what? Because we not thinking nothing of it, because it was well over a month ago, if not more. So, and then she, like, brought up the time. So we looked at each other, and she was like, don't lie. So we didn't lie. We told her yes. So I'm telling the people the story. And I said, y'all, that's when I decided to be average. I'm like, it could have went wrong or whatever. But for me being average, I was telling her, for me being average, that backfired. I said, y'all, my mama was mad at me. I said, she kicked me out, and I said, she beat me down. And when I said it, I stumped it, everything. I had the mic in his hand. I was like, she beat me down. And everybody was laughing. But I was so serious. And, like, I mean, to me, I wasn't thinking of never, because she always told me, be real. So I gave him all the facts, okay? I told him everything. And I'm like, she beat me down. I said, she kicked me out and everything. And I said, that day, we decided to be average. I said, had it went wrong, I said, we wouldn't have left our legacy. Let me fix my camera. I said, we wouldn't have left our legacy the way we wanted to, or whatever. So I was just basically telling them, like, reevaluate y'all lives. I was like, I really got into the speech, and this part I didn't even plan. But I was like, pull your pants up, young man. I said, lift your shirt up, young ladies. And I was just basically saying how you want people to have the best impression of you. And, you know, I'm just telling them, like, y'all, we got to get it together, because we got work to do. We got legacies to leave, okay? So, I talked, and then along the lines, I closed it out. And I don't even remember how I closed it out. It was just real nice and sweet. And it was just like, by doing that, I wouldn't have left a bad legacy. I mean, I would have left a bad legacy. But basically, I think I said something about changing my ways, and I was like, how will you leave your legacy? And I snapped, right? They was loving me. Now, after this, when I told, now when I say 1,500 more people, I don't know why, but like, I feel like this was the most people we've ever had enrolled into school while I was at high school, and it was only my junior year. Like, we had people come from everywhere. We had new students, new faculty, new staff, like extra. The police was in there, like everybody. So, yeah, the police was in there and everybody. So, yes, people was coming up to me after, and they was like, did your mama really kick you out and beat you down? And I was cracking up, and they was like so serious, like waiting for me to answer. And I'm like, girl, yeah, boy, yeah, like I got beat down. My teachers asked me too, and they just thought it was the funniest thing ever. So while I say I told the people, because I did, but I went home and told my mama, because everybody was gassing me up. And they was like, that speech was great. And it was great. I will get into in a minute how great it was and how it benefited and affected me. But I got home and I was telling my mama. And I think my sister was telling her too. You know, sometimes your sisters, I mean, like, she ain't do nothing wrong. But we told her, like, I told the school, I was like, did you beat us down? I told them. I said, you told me to be real. She said, oh my gosh. She said, DCFS gonna come to my door. She said, the police gonna be watching you. She said, probably gonna be keeping tabs on you. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's cool. Everybody thought it was funny. She was like, no, it's not okay. She's like, they gonna be watching me. She said, somebody gonna call me. But, no, it didn't go like that. They thought it was funny because, I mean, it was discipline, and I mean, it was, I wouldn't do it, but, you know, I mean, it was what it was. It was, time had passed. I don't think that was my freshman year. I was a junior, so it was what it was. Like, what could they do? So, she just kept saying, like, boo, I can't believe you told people that. And she was just telling the family how, like, you know, I told them that, she beat me down. But basically, not to toot my own horn, but toot beep beep. And everybody did well as to what stories you told, but out of that whole time, I had the best speech, hands down, okay? Not to be cocky, just real. People told me. Now, how this benefited me, there's too many stories in one, but y'all just finna get the whole scoop. But how this benefited me was, I never really saw myself as, like, the popular type and whatnot. So, I never really saw myself as a popular type and whatnot. But, like, I always wanted to be on homecoming court. And, I didn't make it my freshman year or sophomore year, but my sister, everybody loved my sister. They just love us in general, but they didn't really know me yet, okay? They didn't get a taste of what I could bring to the table. But my sister was on it every year from freshman to senior years, like every year. So basically what this speech did for me was everybody was loving me. So it might have been the next month or whatever. People was just like walking up to me in the hallways talking to me. Like, not that I had an issue, but I'm just thinking like, who are these people? But I'm very friendly. So I'm like, hey. And they was like, can I talk to you? I'm giving advice. Like, I'm people counselors. This is supposed to be a mukbang too, but I'm not even eating because I'm too into my own story that I already know. But anyways, yes, random people were just walking up to me. So I wouldn't say I made like new friends, but basically, I put myself out there as to, if you need somebody, like, you can come talk to me. Like, I was real with the people. Again, I don't remember everything I said because it was years ago, but I know the gist of it. And basically, a lot what I was saying was helping some people. Because I went deeper just into the story and just my realness. So, homecoming came around, and people got to voting. And people was, like, asking me, or they told me, like, they was going to vote for me, but I didn't think it was going to be nothing major. So the ballot came out because they do one, and then they narrow it down to, like, they narrow it down to 5, 4, or 5, and then you vote again, and after that 4 or 5, they narrow it down to 2. And when you were a senior, 3, but for me, I was a junior at the time, so it was 2. So I see my name on there. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I really wasn't expecting it, but I was so happy. So basically, that's what it got me, okay? I ended up winning. Me and I don't remember who the other person was. I'm sorry. There's a picture out there somewhere. Like, I knew who my partner was. I'm talking about the other female. But I ended up getting on court. That was just like, that was a great year. My junior year was just lit. Well, not lit, but the beginning of the school year like that, around that time, it was lit. So, I got on homecoming court, and it came back around next year because more people were just deciding to get to know me throughout the year. So, senior year came along, and guess who was on homecoming court again? Me. Okay? Time out. So, remember when I told you my sister was on every year, My sister won her senior year, okay? Well, guess who won next senior year? Me. Hey. Okay, I did. I won senior year. And basically, I believe I won is because I put myself out there. Thanks to Mr. K for believing in me and giving me the opportunity, because I thought he was nuts. And I'm like, I am not the one. But he hit me with a DJ Khaled. You are the one. And I was the one. And it just came back full circle. And I know some people might just be like, it was just homecoming, queen. But it was just a special moment. I'm going to try to insert the picture in here. My sister got to crown me, so it was just an emotional moment, and it was just like history. Like, that had never happened. Like, 2 black queens back to back, and we family, we sisters at that. So that was just amazing. I was nervous, and that was nerve-wracking. But that's just a whole another story, because with us being queens, there's another secret between those stories. But we're gonna get to that on another video, because it is mighty juicy, okay? Very juicy. But yeah, and that's what it was. So thanks to Mr. K for believing in me and seeing everything I had to offer, and just knew that, like, I had a voice that people needed to hear. And he's still my favorite teacher still to this day, and that goes a long way, because I had him like my freshman year and then again my senior year. But yeah, shout out to Mr. K and then my mama for giving me inspiration, and just God for giving me strength, because I was nervous, but they just really made me realize that, girl, again, you're the one. People need to hear you. People want to hear you. So yeah, but I know the story was a little all over the place, but pretty much I had to give it. Mr. K made me give a speech, and I decided to tell the people that my mama beat my butt down for being average and sneaking out. Shame on me. But you live and you learn. I don't regret a thing. I've learned from everything. But I'm so sorry. This wasn't even really a mukbang. Like, look, I didn't even touch my pizza. let me take a bite. Anyways, I'm done. I appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. There go Harmony in the back. Say hi. She's on her tablet, but anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sorry I've been gone so long. I just don't know how this is gonna work out, but yeah, I pray my strength in the Lord. We're gonna get this content pumping, but I hope y'all like this story, and if you want more, comment below, like this video. But as a whole, subscribe, people. Please subscribe. I got some things planned. I know it ain't there yet, but I swear I won't disappoint you. So again, comment and like this video. Also subscribe to my channel. I can't say it enough. For the few subscribers and viewers that I have, I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I see you in the next video. Peace.